Hey, and welcome to another edition of Bentley Tech EDU. Today, we're going to cover two elements that I find are very important, the healing brush and also the clone brush. You can see I have a picture of a little cat in the hardware store, and the tool we're going to use is called the healing brush. It is found next to selective and in between crop. So it's the healing brush. Take a look. There's a Band-Aid tool, that's your main healing brush. Your clone tool, below that, if you click this is the size or the dimension. You can see there's a red dot. That is the size of the tool you'll be using. Below that is the feather. Now the feather is how fuzzy the edge is. It's like a blur ratio of opacity. I try to keep mine relatively in the middle at about 60. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how they work. I'm going to zoom in, and just with a quick touch of the healing brush, I'm just going to kind of erase that guy's legs off. Now what happened was I made a red mark on the guy's legs, but what happened was the sample area of the healing brush ended up being way far away, nowhere near where I wanted. So if you were to look carefully, what you would see is that wherever I move this other shape, like if I put it on the cat face would be on the ground. If I move it onto the ground, I can actually begin to erase that guy's legs right out of the shot. Not everybody gets this kind of a tool right out of the gate. It is kind of challenging, and I don't recommend you just hope for the best right out of the gate. Usually what ends up happening is you make a lot of mistakes over and over and over, and I'm going to be really honest and just say that whenever I've used this tool in this app, mobile, I find that it's really just problematic. It definitely gives me problems. But I will try it on the clone tool. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive the clone tool right along the guy's legs like that. Ooh, that's a little bit big. And again, you'll see that the sample area is way off to the left-hand side of the screen. I can't even grab it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick it. Nope. See, I couldn't even pick it up to grab it. I'm going to undo. What I'll do is I'll hit approve. I'll zoom out. And what I'm going to try to do is find that by clicking on the square. Look at that. It's too far away even now. It's so far away, it's doing me no good. There we go. Now let me approve it and then move in. What I did was I took a piece of the shelves from down below and placed it over the guy's leg. And that's how I was able to successfully pull that off. Now let's just get out of that for a second. You can see that the guy is slowly disappearing. But as you can see, I'm really working this tool and it's really fighting me. I can't stress enough how people think that the clone tool and the healing brush just like is a lifesaver and can completely save you from every single thing that you run into that's a problem. It can, but it also cannot. I would have to zoom in there and work to get his legs out. Here, I'll just do it really quick. Let's see if I can pull this off. Ooh, see, the problem is my brush is too big. So as you can see, I'm moving this ever so slightly. There we go. And now you can see that the guy is disappearing. It's not about how big the brush is. It's about what the overall image is beginning to look like. The guy is disappearing and I'm working it, but it's not because I'm not struggling with this. It's hard. Okay. So just be aware that I'm doing this and I got skills and I'm struggling with it. If you're a beginner and you're trying to move things around with that little blue square, well, let's just talk. You activate the square, you press it, boom, and then now you can see there's the target and then the sample area. The sample area points like a little arrow to the target. And once you begin to understand that, so again, what I could do is take this target and pick it up. Of course, it doesn't work. I could pick it up and I could put it on the word plumbing. And now the word plumbing is beginning to appear on his leg. That's it. Okay. I don't even want to mess with this anymore. I'm going to show you another example of how this might work. This time I'm going to use this old-timey truck. So I'm giving you two sets of sample styles and ideas, okay? It's always the same idea. One of the biggest problems I've always had with this healing brush, again, it's healing brush and clone tool. This time I'm going to focus on clone tool. And again, it's the same thing. You've got size of the tool. Keep it kind of small. Keep my feather. I'm going to drop it down to 50. Okay, and here we go. I'm just going to literally drive a little piece of red across here. And it's got the sample, and you can see it worked out pretty good. Now, if you zoomed in really close, you could actually see it. And I can see a little chunk. Here, I'll just draw on it really quick. There's that. I'd scoot that over here. And I'd approve that. And then there's a little chunk over here on the side, which I'd probably want to get rid of. Come on, little tool. Give me a red line. There we go. And approve that. Okay. I can feel this, and it's looking good. There is a little weird chunk kind of like right there, but I'm going to let that go just for the demo. Listen, be careful. Be careful, because when you want to do telephone wires, yeah, I can do telephone wires too. So here, let's just do it really quick. I'll use a clone brush here. Remember, it can sample the wrong thing sometimes. You can see it picked up a piece of the truck. That works. Okay, yeah, it got rid of the wire. Cool, I'm awesome. But look at that, it's not all the way on there. So where you get into trouble is when you try to be like a wise guy and super zoom in on it. Here we go. I'm going to zoom in on it ever so slightly. And again, the sample size is here. The target is a half mile away. I got to approve it. I got to zoom out. I got to get over here. I got to get the healing brush. I got to hit this target and then pick it up, and now it's working. But is it really working? Yes, but no. Look, there's a little nub. That little nub, I hate that. That's ugly. This is the dilemma of the healing brush. It is super powerful. It'll definitely erase out garbage. It'll get rid of telephone lines. It'll get rid of street lines. It'll do all sorts of stuff. If I really sat there and worked it, I could actually get rid of the Ford logo on the top. Here, I'll just do it really fast. Come on, let's just see what happens. Well, put some bumper on there. I don't think that's going to look cool. But there you go. All right, so here, let's just do it one more time. And of course, again, the sample is a half mile away. Not cool. With a little bit of work and a little bit of effort, I could actually begin to erase that logo directly off. I'm going to undo it just to get back to something that looks pretty good. And that's what it looked like originally. Again, I like the tool. I love the tool. Healing brush, crazy powerful, but man, is it hard on your phone. If you're going to do work like this, you got to be on your desktop in real Photoshop. You can't even actually do this in real Lightroom. This is purely a Photoshop maneuver. They've added it in Lightroom to help kids out. You know, I don't even want to adjust the color on this image because I don't really have time for that. I could hit it with auto and maybe a little, you know what's weird? Even though I said I can't adjust it, I still find myself needing to adjust stuff. You save it off, you export it, and you're good to go. You know what? Healing brush, it's got Band-Aid tool, it's got the clone tool, the size and the feather. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Go for it, try it, use it. It's a pain in the neck. It's probably one of the most challenging tools in all of Adobe land, the clone and healing brush. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm James Bentley at Bentley Tech EDU. Have a great day.